SummerSlam 2018, are you guys excited? Because I kinda am. It's one of these weird situations in wrestling when you know that it's probably not gonna be an awesome pay-per-view, but I just miss some wrestling. Now this pay-per-view doesn't look that bad, it actually has few marquee matches. Bryan vs Miz, Ziggler vs Rollins, Strowman vs Owens for the briefcase, Styles vs Joe, and also this to ruin your mood. But who's to say that even this match is not going to end with a surprise? Vince McMahon is saying that. Yeah, Vince McMahon is the one who's saying that this is not gonna end in any surprise because we're talking about Roman Reigns vs Brock Lesnar for the 500th time in 16 years. I don't know, I'm just going insane with this shit. Now this pay-per-view doesn't necessarily have a great build, but it's pretty decent in my opinion. Now for some reason we have a lot of big stars missing this pay-per-view, at least in matches. For example, Randy Orton, Bobby Lashley, and I think that match card could have some improvements, but I think it's still good enough to be called SummerSlam. I always thought why it's called SummerSlam, like it's something positive and negative at the same time, and today I realized what they mean by slam in the SummerSlam. This. But today we're here to talk about predictions of this pay-per-view, ladies and gentlemen, so let's start with SummerSlam 2018 predictions. Raw Tag Team Champions, the B Team versus the Revival kickoff match. The first question I have, what is this B Team theme song? How do we make this tag team old with the fans? Let's have a song where fans have to chant with it, along with the song. That makes a lot of sense. So one thing that I kinda have to appreciate about the B Team is that they actually look kinda strong, they don't lose at all, so that is kind of a positive, but at the same time they still look like a filler tag team. Not a filler tag team, but like a weak tag team who wins with a fluke. They don't look like champions, that's what I'm trying to say, as much as I love Curtis Axel. Now the Revival is a legit team that was buried on Monday Night Raw, so in my opinion they should win this match to kinda regain their status as a legit tag team in the WWE. They were great in NXT, but they were terrible on the main roster, so my prediction is the B Team, but I want Revival to win this. Another kickoff match is Rusev and Lana versus Andrade Cien Almas and Zelina Vega. Now Andrade Cien Almas is someone who came to the main roster but hasn't done anything of importance. This is what I don't like about WWE. The roster is so good, the roster is so full, that people who come from NXT, they don't have anything to do because the show is 3 hours and 2 hours. There's not a lot of time to put everyone on the show and not a lot of time in pay-per-views for them to have matches. So Andrade Cien Almas is someone who is a tremendous wrestler, but he doesn't have anything to do on the main roster. And then you have Rusev, who is one of the top babyfaces right now, but he's going to lose and he's gonna get buried. And Andrade Cien Almas, actually, by winning this, is not gonna gain a lot. When you think about it, it's not like a cool storyline, nothing. It's gonna hurt Rusev a little. So in my opinion, my prediction is Andrade Cien Almas and Zelina Vega. I think that is an obvious one. WWE Cruiserweight Championship, Cedric Alexander versus Drew Gulak. Another kickoff show. So this year we have 3 kickoff shows and I'm not quite sure if I'm going to watch that. Maybe if you guys really want me to, because I'm going to make a review, but I'm not quite sure. Now this match, I don't know, I cannot really comment on that very much because I'm not someone who really watches 205 Live or anything. I only see like highlights on Twitter, like GIFs or whatever. So I cannot really comment on that, but all I'm gonna say is Drew Gulak is an amazing performer, amazing entertainer, so hopefully he wins this match because Cedric Alexander is amazing, but Drew Gulak really deserves it. All I know, it's probably going to be a cool match. And my prediction is Cedric Alexander retaining. I don't know why, but it's a kickoff match, so We opened this pay-per-view with Elias performing his greatest songs at SummerSlam. We all know this is going to end in something, and I hope, because this is SummerSlam, we're gonna have something like The Rock returning with a guitar, talking crap to Elias. We have this exchange with guitars, amazing stuff. I can only imagine. This is my expectation, but what I think is going to happen, this is the most terrible scenario, and mark my words, this is exactly what we're going to get. Elias sings, talks crap about the crowd, and then we hear Bobby Lashley's theme song, Bobby Lashley with the Dominator. He ends this concert. Bobby Lashley Then we get the SmackDown Tag Team Championships, the Bludgeon Brothers versus the New Day. How many times are we going to see this? I love the New Day. I think they could be the greatest tag team of the PG era or the reality era or from the past 5 years maybe. But I'm so tired of them. I'm so tired of this act. As great as they are, you can't do the same crap for so many years. They either need to split up, which I'm kinda worried about because I don't know if all of these three talent would thrive on the main roster as singles competitors. But they need at least a heel turn. Just imagine the New Day being this goofy tag team, but they turn heel. And now they are coming out with suits and ties, you know, being this serious tag team, this vicious tag team, and they don't play around anymore. No unicorns, nothing, just black Titantrons and suits and ties. And then like a year later they can come back to this goofy stuff. We are the New Day, we eat pancakes with a lot of sugar. I would love to see Authors of Pain versus the Bludgeon Brothers. I think that would be a legit tag team match right now, but they are on Raw. I don't know, it's going to be a cool match because the New Day are tremendous performers, Luke Harper as well. But my prediction is the Bludgeon Brothers. Finn Balor versus Constable Baron Corbin. The worst men's rivalry I've seen in the last 5 years. Is this... Why is this a thing? Why am I seeing this smiley face versus this bald guy? Why am I seeing this on my television right now? This is the worst rivalry. Another typical, oh, you are a small guy, Baron Corbin, and I'm a big guy. And I'm gonna show you why big guys are stronger than the small guys, Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin is my name. This is just terrible. This is terrible, and my prediction is the bald guy. United States Championship Shinsuke Nakamura versus Jeff Hardy. Now this is something that I don't really get. We already seen it, even though it was a very short match. I'm not really into this anymore. I think the hype kinda died out. I wanted and I thought this is going to happen. Like, this is a perfect match for this rivalry. Shinsuke versus Hardy versus Orton. Where the F is Randy Orton? Now I'm pretty sure he's going to interfere in this match. We're gonna see another continuation between Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton rivalry, whatever, which is great, by the way. I love this rivalry. But this is... I'm not that into it. This only raises a question of who is walking out with the United States Championship and who is going to be in a rivalry with Randy Orton. We are either going to see United States Championship rivalry between Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton, or we're going to see the same rivalry with no title, but with Shinsuke Nakamura being the United States Champion against someone else, which is a way more likely scenario. So my prediction is Shinsuke Nakamura. The Miz versus Daniel Bryan could be the best main roster rivalry in like few years, possibly. This is something I'm really into. It doesn't even need a championship, it doesn't need anything. However, it would be way cooler if it had that. I wish they added some kind of stipulation in this match, but I think they are trying to play it safe because someone needs to lose. So hopefully this ends in a fair finish, or at least a finish. I don't want this to be like, no one wins this match, disqualification, blah blah blah, none of that. This has way too much hype to end in this kind of situation. Now, Daniel Bryan, by winning it, doesn't really gain anything, in my opinion, but if Miz wins this, it would give so much more credibility to the Miz. Just imagine the storyline continuing because the heel won and Daniel Bryan wants his revenge, but the Miz doesn't give him this revenge because he feels like he has nothing to gain, which drives Daniel Bryan insane and he does something terrible and the Miz accepts the challenge, whatever. I want the Miz to win, even though I'm a fan of both of these guys. And my prediction is the Miz as well. I just feel like it's right. SmackDown Women's Champion Carmella versus Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch triple threat match. Now this is something I'm not that into it because Carmella is a diva in a women's era. Another question is where Charlotte Flair is looking at. What is this picture? Becky Lynch needs to win this. I don't really have a lot to say about this match, but Becky Lynch needs to win this because she really deserves it. And I don't know why WWE stopped her push. But my prediction is Carmella, unfortunately. The Intercontinental Champion Dolph Ziggler versus Seth Rollins with Drew McIntyre and Dean Ambrose in the corner. Now this is something I'm into it. We had this rivalry for 2-3 months right now, but I'm still into this because Dolph Ziggler and Seth Rollins are tremendous wrestlers and they always put on great matches, and also the pairing of Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre is tremendous. Now, I've already told you that, but I want to see Dean Ambrose's heel turn joining Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler, so then we have a faction. But my prediction is Dolph Ziggler wins this match and nothing really happens. No heel turn, nothing. That is my prediction, honestly. And I'm gonna talk about that a little bit later on my next video today of Greatness of Wrestling. Braun Strowman versus Kevin Owens for the Money in the Bank briefcase. Now, in my opinion, Kevin Owens needs to win this. I want Kevin Owens as Universal Champion, but the only way he's gonna win that now in 2018 is with a briefcase. Braun Strowman, he doesn't need the briefcase. He can beat the entire roster in storyline. There's a chance for Braun Strowman to beat the entire roster of Monday Night Raw without any briefcase, nothing. That's just my opinion. He doesn't need anything. He's that strong and his booking is tremendous right now. So I hope that Kevin Owens wins the briefcase and later in the show cashes in, but you know what? My prediction is Kevin Owens. I think it's a right thing to do, and maybe WWE realizes that. Raw Women's Champion Alexa Bliss versus Ronda Rousey. Now, it's been confirmed that at WWE Evolution, Alexa Bliss is going to face Trish Stratus. Yes, I know, this is weird. Is it going to be for the championship though? What Trish Stratus did to deserve the championship? So maybe Ronda is winning the title and Alexa is facing Trish Stratus in a non-title match. That makes all the sense in the world, so my prediction is Ronda Rousey. And to be quite honest with you, as much as people are going to say that she doesn't deserve the championship, she doesn't deserve the opportunity, she just came to the main roster, I want her as champion. I think she did enough because I think she did enough, and I want a legit babyface champion that people care about. I'm tired of Alexa Bliss. It seems like she always been a champion on SmackDown and on Raw. Why? She's not that good. WWE Champion AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe. Very, very interesting match. Something that I didn't know I would be into it, but the storyline was good for what it was. It was very short, but I appreciate that. Now, my biggest concern is that it's going to end in non-finish or in disqualification or something, because the rivalry is very fresh and it seems like it's so much more into this rivalry. Like, there's so much more that could be done if you watch SmackDown Live. But I don't know. So my prediction, yeah, that is my prediction. It's going to end in disqualification or non-finish or something like that. I don't see a fair finish in this match. And the Universal Championship, Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. This has a lot of scenarios, honestly. Brock Lesnar retains, nothing happens. Roman Reigns wins the championship, nothing happens. Brock Lesnar or Roman Reigns wins the championship. However, Braun Strowman or Kevin Owens interferes, cashes in, wins the championship, which would be the perfect scenario. But my prediction is Brock Lesnar wins this. Brock Lesnar wins this match. Now, the perfect scenario that was even better than the one I suggested is this. Imagine Paul Heyman interferes and he actually helps Roman Reigns, and the thing that he gave to Roman Reigns on Monday Night Raw actually told that I'm going to attack you right now to kind of fool these people, but at the pay-per-view I'm gonna join you, and that's something that we didn't see on Monday Night Raw, and we got fooled along with Brock Lesnar. Paul Heyman pretty much lied to Brock Lesnar more than he lied to Roman Reigns or something. I don't know, but imagine that scenario. That would be so sick. But the idea of Roman Reigns' heel turn is just doesn't sound realistic. It's not gonna happen ever. So my prediction is Lesnar retains the championship. Yes, I think they're gonna do that. Anyway, let me know your predictions in the comments below. Thank you for watching this video. Leave a like if you enjoy that. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. All the links are in the description below. The Great One, peace, love and hugs. It's been a pleasure.